Combustion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They running the game with my team making plays. Talking 80, my G's, one and jewels in this place. Surrounded by dogs, keep the quarterback safe. I'm the one with the plans, they gon' do what I say. The game is not over, we don't celebrate in the end zone. We don't got no time in the wait. Ain't trying run down, we don't premeditate. We just go and get to it, we got them on skates. If the game go into overtime, kicking the overdrive, we gon' be first at the finish line. Play looking full, but I finish mine. Can I get second? We gon' line up like it's dinner time. We put in work till we get us a ring. Super Bowl season, we running the scene. Ain't trying to home of the realest that breathe. Keep your face down when you talk to the king.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy AD, and I got my co-hosts in the building. We got Clayton, and we got Jules in the building. How's everybody doing on this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday night?
Awesome, man. God is good. We here.
We here, but we here and we're in town. But it's one player that is garnered the attention of the news cycle, and they're trying to pack him up, man. They're trying to get him up out of town.
Man, since the day he left, since the day he threw the last interception they have for the last 3 weeks.
Well, since the day he cried in Kansas City.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah.
But do you blame him? Do you blame the people?
I mean, I blame them because I think it's an emotional toll. I think they're mad because they think they oversold the defense. Like the defense been good for 3 years, but when they're so close to being a Super Bowl contender, and if 95% of the offense was good, CJ don't throw interceptions, you have a shot at Super Bowl. Yeah, and like I said, it's on CJ. I'm the biggest CJ supporter. I've been one of them. Y'all know how I feel about CJ. CJ did to himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can tell you. That's all you can do.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, he has to player up. I'm not gonna say man up. He has to player up and figure out what he want to be in this league going forward. Because now there's a lot of chinks in his armor.
I think for me, it's hard because if it was a talent issue, cool. But when it's are you emotionally fit to do what you're doing issue, you can't coach that.
Right.
That's why I said he's Farmer Valdez in a football jersey. That is exactly why I said that.
Right.
Exactly why I said that. And that's like you said, man, it's on him, bro. It's going to sting, and it's almost like, not to be hyperbolic, but the only way he can ever recoup this, you got to make a Super Bowl. That's all you can do. That's it. There's nothing else that he can do.
Right. And we know people. Now I've been the first one to say, well, Justin Herbert 2 years ago threw 4 interceptions to the Texans. You don't hear their fan base saying, "Oh, trade Justin Herbert." It was always get him better system, get him better weapons, blah 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 blah. But you also saw a toughness from Justin Herbert that we haven't seen, we haven't seen that leadership. That, hey, this is my team. This is, you're gonna follow me. It's a softness to him. It's a calmness. You want your quarterback to be calm in adversity, but you also want a guy that you can ride behind. You say, hey, he's gonna put me on his back. He's gonna say the right things. He's gonna do what he gonna do. Whatever you gotta do. I have not seen that from CJ that I need him to see. Need to get that maturity, that dog in him, as everybody keeps saying. And that's why I can say the difference between him and Justin Herbert is people see that dog in Justin Herbert. And Justin Herbert ain't done nothing since he's been in the league.
Hickman said that. Hickman said in training camp, he said he wished, and if I'm quoting him correctly, if I'm paraphrasing, he said he would be looking for Stroud to take more ownership of the offense or the situation. So it's something akin to that, where just you want to see more from your guy, not necessarily like pure rah, but like you said, does he inspire confidence? Like, if the game is hanging in the balance, is he on the bench sulking, or is he like, come on, hey man, was a lot of ball left, let's go, let's get this, let's punch it in, let's blah blah blah. Hey, we haven't seen it.
Yeah, and we believe in God, and like I said, I'm newly baptized, so, and you're a pastor, and AD's we all go to church, we all believe in God, but at some point you gotta separate God and this football play and just be something totally different. We don't say take God out of the situation. I'm never say take God out of the situation. But when you got a lot of heathens on your on your fan base, you saying, hey, we gonna take it that way, that ain't cutting it for the fan base because you let us down big time.
Hey, so real quick,
He
Jules.
said, "Hey, hold
Real quick, when you
flag on."
giving out that list of and talking about God and accomplishments with God, you put me first so I don't look so bad. Cause
Oh no.
you set up here and you talking about you newly baptized and Clayton the pastor, and then you gonna go to me and AD he just AD.
No, I'm gonna tell
I'm
you the
a
truth,
I'm a
but
faithful man of God.
no, but between the three of us, one of us has been really out there big time, but it ain't you.
Hey.
So when I got rebaptized, the water might have bubbled a little bit. Know what I'm saying? I'm just guy. Then when they say when that song say he saved me, best believe it, dog. He saved me from a life that I was not
Who
going
sung
in the
that
right
song,
direction.
Jules? Who sung that
Hey,
song?
I don't even know who sung the song, but I know he saved me, partner.
If I'm not mistaken, it's that man in jail that sung this song.
Hmm.
R. Kelly. Yeah, we pray for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? He's still the king. He's still the king of R&B.
Um, but the comment I want to make is why we talking about CJ, man. Look, it's a polarizing topic. It gets the things going. I mean, it started from Tom McShay on his
Hmm.
podcast, and he brought up the fact that teams are going to be reaching out. They're
Right.
going to be reaching out to teams for quarterbacks. He mentioned Joe Burrow, and which everybody has been talking about Joe Burrow because they think Joe Burrow is just going to get traded,
Hmm.
which would be idiotic of Cincinnati to do.
Right.
Um, you've invested so much money on your offense with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and all that, and you're gonna sit around and you're gonna trade the quarterback?
Yeah,
You know,
and
that
like I
didn't make any
say,
sense.
with Joe Burrow, only way I can see Joe Burrow getting traded if they decide to do a whole tear down and just go for scratch because they're tired of paying people. And Cincinnati Bengals is one of the cheapest organizations of all time. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't pay this money for 3 or 4 years at high number. They say, hey man, let's go and tear it down. Let's restart back up again and do that. That's the only way. And for CJ, Todd McShay ain't the only one. It was uh Fitz Magic. He talking about it like that is Clint on the 16. I'm about to snitch on everybody else. Lance Zerline, he's
Look,
talking
listen.
like
Keep
that.
all the receipts. Keep all the receipts.
Yeah, all these
Keep
all
all of
these
them.
cats who have turned on CJ and rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? He did it, but as media members, you would think that these guys have a more of a level-headed conversation. These dudes are going in on this man. They're rallying to the majority who's emotional invested in the fact that the last thing we saw was CJ throwing interceptions and just totally forgetting the 2 seasons he had prior to the situation. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let y'all go because we can get to the trade conversation if we really have that conversation about what it would take for CJ to get traded from
Mm-hmm.
the Texans. If you go by his stats from the last 2 years and this year, if he plays the exact same amount of games, I kid you not, are the exact same stats, plus or minus 2%.
Mm-hmm.
So as his play may look bad, he's still the same quarterback that gets you the big plays, that gets you the leads. He's a front runner, and they dial down the rest of the way. So, but we can talk about what will be a fair trade value if you bold enough to trade for him. And my last thing is, if somebody would give you what you're looking for, why are you gonna give it up for something you don't know yet? That's prime asset, and you want to give it up to go into the unknown. To me, it don't make sense.
Well, and before I move on, I'll just keep it brief. I kind of already mentioned this, but the specific one that I was kind of bothered by, I don't want to say bothered, but I had a disagreement really was the Fitzpatrick angle
Yeah,
because this is a guy who 9 teams, like 20-year veteran, basically who knows the ins and outs of every NFL locker room and probably organizational structure. Much respect to Ryan Fitzpatrick and him and Whitworth. You know what they do. They have forgotten more football than we'll ever remember, as the expression goes. Having said that, it's just how flippantly they just say, "Oh, I mean, well, you saw what Seattle did with Sam Darnold. I mean, you got Davis Mills over there for $7 million. You know, you could just flip C.J. Stroud. I mean, how can you look at if you look around, if you're at the Texans, you ask yourself, well, how can you get any better? These are just things where I don't want to say it's lazy, but it's like it really is prisoner of the moment, as you
Yeah,
said. It's really like almost how dare you in a double-edged sword kind of way. You're disrespecting Sam Darnold by just saying like, oh, anybody can do that,
correct.
and then you're elevating Davis Mills to a place he's never been. You know, like the defense. Look, our defense is elite, but I mean, circumstantially, brother, you don't trade a sub 25-year-old player with 6 games worth of playoff experience. He already has played in more playoff games by himself in franchise history. He's already won more games by himself. He set the record in franchise history. Like CJ is the guy for all intents and purposes. It's just something feels off about this whole narrative and just this attitude that, oh yeah, sure, you got Davis Mills. Like, stop. No. Get the
Yeah,
help. No.
yeah, and I'm trying to let AD talk. The difference between Sam Darnold in Minnesota in 2024 and Sam Darnold in Seattle 2025, one was defense, and two, you had a powerful running game. We don't have that. But you want to spend all this resource and get a running game for Davis Mills, do the same thing for CJ and see what happens. But
Yeah.
go ahead, ADC.
I'll say, Eddie, go ahead, man.
What's a good what would you if you had to force a trade?
Look, I'm gonna take a step back because you brought up CJ did it to himself, and it's not only his performance in the playoff games. You know, it has been his demeanor, and we
Mm-hmm.
talked about it, and his pouting, his Clayton brought it up. He's like Framber Valdez,
Mm-hmm.
emotional. In the game of football, it's not a good place to be emotional
If you don't win.
if you don't win. Um, and CJ Stroud is labeled as soft,
Correct. As much as I hate it.
and
Oh, that's out there now. That's
It's
out
out there.
it's not
And-
even out there. It's too many. It's too many instances to support it and be backed by it
right.
there.
to be used as evidence. Um, and Julia's saying that if anything, the Sam Darnold experience should tell you to keep CJ. Nobody on this podcast is saying trade CJ.
I agree with you. Yeah.
But
Right.
what we're saying is just listening to the narrative, and you got the people like the Larry and Staffords that are upset and this and that, and
Uh-oh.
and my thing is, if the Texans had that much belief and that much faith in CJ Stroud,
Mm-hmm.
even though they probably wouldn't put pen to paper right in this moment, it would have already been announced and kind of already, what up, Big B? It would have already been announced and kind of already been established that CJ Stroud is moving forward with the Texans, undoubtedly.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that the Texans have been, quiet as a church mouse, CJ Stroud went and cut his hair and made a whole publicity stunt behind him cutting his hair. And those are the type of things that you do when and I hate to say it, in the black community, that's just soft behavior.
Right.
There
Nah.
was no need for you to sit up here and make a whole social media post about you cutting your hair. There was no need to make you have a video montage or anything. Now, if you were saying you were donating the hair for cancer, patients, or doing all this stuff, that's fine. But the CJ Stroud narrative is just going to get intensified and even more intensified every moment,
Right.
every day.
Yeah, but the whole trade situation
So, and
isn't
hold on,
easier. Go ahead.
Big B. I'm not saying cutting his hair is soft. That's not the part that's soft. making a video, making a video montage and saying, "Hey guys, look, I cut my dreadlocks."
I can't stand you, AD.
Like,
I can't stand you.
hey guys, look at me, I cut
I
my dreadlocks.
I've been
Oh,
fighting you about this whole softness
I'm a
thing,
real boy.
but it's too much. It's an avalanche. I
look,
can't hold on to no more. I just can't hold on to the hate because he keep on doing
the
the
things.
things
So
that make people want to call you out, man. If you a man and you want to cut your dreads, bro, just cut the dreads. You ain't got to
and
spick
keep
it.
it moving, man.
Yeah, man.
Keep it
Yeah,
moving.
bro. I cut my braids. Keep moving.
Keep it moving.
Culturally, that's called light skin behavior. That's what AD wanted to say.
Oh,
Culturally, colloquially,
oh.
and look, it's Black History Month. We can be real, right? Colloquially, it's known as black light skin behavior. That's what that is. That's the Drakeism. That's all the bright skin face. You know
Mm-hmm.
that's you know.
Kendrick Lamar killed him because he light skinned. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
Hey, so
let me finish out. Let me finish out my point, and then we can go into the trade package and all this stuff. My point is, this is just it doesn't help. And Jules, we talked about it offline. It doesn't help that you don't have, and I've said it before, and I'm gonna keep saying it. The male influence around CJ is lacking. The male influence around CJ is lacking. You can even go back, and I need y'all to go back to look at when CJ was drafted. What did he do? He broke down and what? He cried.
I ain't touching
And,
this. I ain't
and he
touching this.
was consoled. He was consoled by a group of people.
I
He
ain't
was
touching this.
consoled by a group of people.
I ain't in this.
I'm out. I'm out. Go ahead, Abby.
And you saw men there, and it was only two.
Let him cook.
It was his brother and his agent.
Let him cook.
The rest was nothing but women.
Oh my goodness. He about to get us.
CJ Stroud lacks the male influence. And again, I've had that conversation. Shout out Exo. Me and him had back and forth about it. There's been plenty of guys who haven't had that father in their lives. That is not an excuse because guess what? There's always that uncle. There's always that big bruh. There's always that big cousin. There's always that somebody, that male influence in your life that's gonna step up and be the father figure in your life.
I
And that
hate you,
is
CJ.
and that right there is a problem. CJ Stroud needs to man the hell up, find him a big unk, or find him somebody that's gonna do something to get him right and not, you know, placate his behavior, not agree with what he's doing as in his behavior. Um,
There's too many
look,
quarterbacks out there, bro. Too many veteran quarterbacks out there that won the big stage. I ain't saying that you gotta get a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but there's too many quarterbacks that had a fire to them. That's why I'm gonna get to it. That's why I was pitching for Philip Rivers as my quarterback coach, man. I don't care what you say about Philip. He gonna talk his talk.
look, and he was a faithful. He would cuss you out without cussing.
Right.
But again, Julius, he said, I'm not gonna lie,
Mhm.
right? That the part wasn't that he cried. That's understandable. The part was who consoled you. Nothing but women just hugged up all around him. All the women just all there, just all around him.
I'm about to move out of screen.
And
I can
so,
feel. I can feel the. Mm-mm.
All right. All right.
hey,
How about that?
hey,
How about,
hold on. He's had more. He has more. Who are they?
I'm about to pull
Who
a
are they?
Julius. I ain't
Yeah,
here.
man. I ain't man.
Who are they?
Okay. Listen.
I ain't here.
Who are they? I'm talking about. You talking about the work now? Yeah, he got to work on himself now because he didn't work on himself back then. He didn't have the help then. Talking about multiple male influences. Who? Who?
Oh goodness.
Hey,
You
and
can't because you can't name him. And all I said was his uncle. I mean his agent and his brother. That's it.
He gonna get denied
Who
credentials.
else? Who else? Because
Yeah.
nobody.
hey,
Everywhere he goes, anything around him, out in public, wherever, it's always women.
please stop routing AD on this conversation, y'all. Please let it go.
And I'm
Oh
and
no,
I'm
he
gonna
said
say this again.
he
The
said
best
Ryan
thing
Day.
that could have happened to CJ was that he cut his hair. Because instead of him sitting in a beauty salon chair getting his
There
hair
you go.
twisted,
No,
There you go.
he getting in the
All right.
barbershop chair getting his hair cut by a man.
no.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Now y'all did it. Y'all started it. Y'all kicked it off.
Oh, oh,
I didn't listen. Okay.
we off the rails.
On this trade packet, this go this one
Oh
go next to the next subject.
no.
Look, Will
Don't
Anderson got all them sisters, and guess what he got? He's Will Anderson what?
Look, Rod said move it
Junior.
He's
on.
Will Anderson what?
Junior.
Rod said move
Right.
it on. Rod said move it on.
Ryan Day, my behind.
Right. Okay. So here, before you put the trade package in, don't forget his agent. Don't forget his agent.
Y'all
So you
started it, so don't be backtracking now. Y'all engaging. Y'all could have
cool.
just let me have my point. Go ahead, Julius and all them in the car. Y'all could have just let me have my little point. I wouldn't have went there.
Who did it?
I would have just gone ahead and
Okay.
moved on.
Okay. Before you make this trade offer,
Oh,
that's
goodness.
what you would take. Don't forget, it has to be a team who can take his new contract because his date his
chill.
contract his contract is not gonna allow him to move without getting a new contract. So before you say these trade offers, they have to have money in the cap. So what would be a team and the draft capital for you to even entertain a trade for CJ
So,
Stroud?
the New York Times posted an article about the Minnesota Vikings being a possibility of a location for CJ Stroud.
They don't have enough.
So it is. What you mean? It's not gonna happen.
No, I said for me, you said the Vikings. Nah, bro. I'm looking at two teams: Raiders, Jets. In the words of Mike Florio, dysfunctional teams do dysfunctional things, my friend. And if they might pull up one day and knock on your door, hey, we got the number one overall pick. Let's just get real crazy. We'll give you 2 1s, including this year's number one overall pick, 2 2s, and a 4, something like that. You saying no?
No, look, 2 1s. I need, for me, I need 3. I need 3 1s.
Even one first
Let's throw the
overall
one.
pick.
Okay. Well, again, let's get crazy. Throw the extra one in there. We'll give you 3 1s, including this year's number one overall, 2 2s, and a 4.
They not giving up the number one overall.
Hey, I'm just saying, if we're entertaining like Jules asked, what would it take?
Yeah.
I'm saying it's stuff like that. Like if because of where the Texans are trajectory wise, like they have progressed, no matter what you say, they have progressed. And they are right there on the cusp of like making a conference championship and maybe a Super Bowl trip. You're thinking about all that stuff. Like you have a Super Bowl defense right now. You got pieces right now on offense that you can squint hard enough and say maybe. Right, you're a quarterback away. If the Raiders pull up and say we'll give you 3 1s, 2 2s, and a 4, including this year's number one overall pick, I'm not saying I'm not saying like I'm team trade CJ. I'm saying the question is, what would it take for you to keep the phone up like this? If they say something like that, it would be dereliction of duty if you didn't consider it. That's just the business side. You want a deal that would make it be dereliction of duty if you didn't even think about it. That's what we would land there.
Pause, because I think people that came in a little late, they missed the preference or the preface of this whole discussion. Okay, nobody that is talking on this panel right now, between myself, Clayton, or Jules, believes that CJ Stroud is getting traded.
No,
we are just going through the hypotheticals of if something crazy was to happen, we're saying what would it take? That's it.
John McClain said
We just having a simple conversation. Y'all don't go too far with it. The Phantom, the 09 or the Photo Man, I need you to chill out. Ain't nobody thinks he's getting traded.
Listen, somebody else clip it.
It's the dead kid. We just entertaining it. We just entertaining it for S and G's, okay? For S and G's. And Big B, again, you have yet to name me the men that have been around. You keep saying he been around multiple men, and you have yet to name one. So I need you to go in your research and go Google and find them and bring them back. And then again, you say you can't make the horse drink. A man can at least leach to the water. CJ ain't even been around water. He been sitting in the desert.
Juwan, that's gonna be the clip right there. Hold on, that's gonna be the clip right there.
For
Somebody
me,
gonna clip this. Somebody gonna clip this whole thing and say, "Yep, they won."
Did
They
you
gonna
call
clip
him Jawan?
one.
for me, it'll have to be the Jets with a number 2 and number 16 pick and a first round pick next year.
Yeah.
Nah, we getting stupid. If it's my scenario, we getting
So
dumb.
you look.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Where is Minnesota picking? What pick does Minnesota have this year?
Like mid. They were like 9-8, right?
No, they had
Minnesota 18 pick.
they had an 18 pick. So Minnesota would trade 18 next year's first. Um, and the year after that in 28's first, and then they would trade probably you'll swap probably third and fourth round picks.
Yeah.
That would be the trade, right?
Mm.
That would be the most reasonable. Again, you know, the Raiders. I'm gonna say this: if the Raiders were dumb enough to trade the number one overall pick for C.J. Stroud, I'm trading that number one pick and getting as many picks as I possibly can. Cause somebody gonna be crazy enough to want god doggone Mendoza.
Kirk
And
Cousins.
whoever want them, y'all can have them.
Kirk
And I'm
Cousins.
gonna get them. Look, yeah, I signed Kirk Cousins in a heartbeat.
With
No,
this defense,
that's who he is. He's Kirk Cousins.
I'm saying with this defense though, Kirk Cousins is out there.
Hey, Kirk Cousins is 1-9 in the playoffs, partner. Let's give Kirk Cousins his
Hey,
But
proper
when
due.
is
he been
when
there
is
10. That means he been in there 10 times, Drew.
and when has he had a defense like this? But see now
Minnesota,
it gets
Minnesota.
to where
He had Minnesota. He had a good defense in Minnesota.
He
He
did.
had a squad in Minnesota.
He did.
man, look,
And let's forget. Don't forget Kirk Cousins' primetime record. After
look,
7 o'clock, he turned into
look.
I'm about to say seven.
In AD's scenario, he double dipped. He not only got a compensation package for CJ, but again, we don't want to trade him. In his situation, he got a compensation package the first time for CJ to get the one, and then he's going to double up and trade the one to get even more. So at that point, that's a whole brand new organization right there, and
And y'all
you
could
can do what you want to.
y'all could throw off the Minnesota Vikings situation because they under the cap $40 million this year,
They over the cap or under?
over the cap.
Mm.
It's in the mismatch there,
Oh,
breaking.
look,
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, we go on that subject.
look.
Moving
He's
on.
Big B saying if the Texans give up on CJ, nobody's trading the first for that kid.
That's a lie.
That's untrue.
Yeah,
That's a
You
lie.
don't know
That's
how
a lie.
desperate the NFL teams are.
so my thing is if a team comes to you with an offer you can't refuse, like that's not saying you giving up on CJ. That's saying I'm accepting the best offer.
Right.
Minnesota, the Jets would do it. The Jets would trade for CJ Stroud.
And they got the capital and the money to do it,
You know,
and wouldn't phase them.
and
Listen,
I'm gonna say this. The only reason why, because
Garrett Wilson would love it.
I was about to say, yeah, I want G Will. Give me your entire draft haul, G Will, and probably defensive tackle, maybe.
so I'm gonna say this, man. There is a growing belief between this year and next year's draft that the quarterback position, although it being hyped, is very underwhelming.
Next year's too.
Next year's too. You look at it. You look at it now. This year, you talking about two quarterbacks, and then a whole bunch of like, right? You talking about, and Mendoza and Ty Simpson are in right now. So those are your two top quarterbacks that are possibly going to go in the first round, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else do you have in there in this draft? In this draft, that's even worth, you know, gambling on or saying I'm gonna try to get him a guy, right? And then one talking about Mensa. Okay,
Who?
Mensa couldn't win at Duke.
Okay, so
Mensa,
we gonna
like,
move
and
on.
then you go on. I'm just say these names because you got Archman and
Julius
the kid,
Sion, Dante Moore.
yeah, Dante Moore, who looked terrible. Then you had the quarterback from Mateer, John Mateer. Is John Mateer coming out this year? I don't know. Either way, John Mateer and what's the Levitt from LSU that transferred from Arizona State. Like
Sellers.
Sellers, Lenore Sellers, who is basically a damn Anthony Richardson clone.
Hmm.
Like all of these different quarterbacks that are coming out with Arch Manning, and it's like, okay, everybody loves Arch Manning for his name, but Arch Manning is just a running quarterback. That's it. That can throw a little bit. And so you run into that situation and everything, and yeah, he got the pedigree, but again, if that man name was John Johnson, would he be number one overall?
All right,
So
not too much on my homeboy. No,
I'm just saying,
my guy.
it is what it is. Like there are teams that you have two shades of the coin. You have people that are very very hype and enthusiastic about next year's draft, and you got people that are very underwhelmed by next year's draft. So
I, listen,
at the
I
quarterback
get you. I when you people say Dante Moore was scared of the pressure of going to New York, and he went back to college. That's all I'm gonna tell you about Dante Moore.
Dante Moore is CJ Stroud.
Ooh. Anyway, let's go. Let's
S
go.
A
We
W
got
F T
we got
soft.
we got the combine next week. We got the combine next week.
Well, I'm talking about AD getting his feeling right now.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Getting it in.
Like
Anyway, combine. Yep.
none of these quarterbacks have established, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end it. None of these quarterbacks that you have named Mensa, Sellers, all these different players. None of these quarterbacks have had great college careers or even established college careers to make you feel like, oh, I need to get him. You look at the guys now, the best quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson had a Heisman Trophy run and multiple great seasons at Louisville. Josh Allen was great at Wyoming. He just was at Wyoming, but he
Mhm.
was setting records at Wyoming. Patrick Mahomes was throwing for 5,000, damn near 6,000 yards at Texas Tech. And who else? Who are the other top quarterbacks you can name?
Deshaun Watson.
No, man, come on, be for real.
No, out of college, yes,
No,
Deshaun
I'm not talking
Watson.
about out of college. I'm talking about currently the current
Oh,
quarterbacks, the
oh,
current
okay.
top quarterbacks.
Like I'm coming to college.
No, no, no. I'm talking about the current what they are now and what they did in college.
Oh, CJ Stroud.
Not even. I'm not talking about CJ Stroud. I'm talking about the good top quarterbacks right now, Jules. Who are they?
Talking about Burrow, Allen,
Joe
Jackson.
Burrow. What did Joe Burrow do? Heisman Trophy
Championship.
I
championship.
say arguably one of the greatest offenses, if not
Yeah.
the greatest offense in college history.
Name another top quarterback in the league right now.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert set records at Oregon.
Let's see, Mahomes, Herbert,
Come on.
Burrow.
You
I
name it,
mean,
I can tell they had great college. Justin Herbert was at Oregon for damn near 5 years.
yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers was going crazy at Cal with Marshawn Lynch.
hmm Yeah.
Sam Donald was pretty good at USC.
Sam Darnold was passed around, and that's why he never mind.
All right, can we go to combine, sir?
No,
Have,
man.
have you got off your chest? Have your
Y'all, I'm
consensus?
just saying and I blame NIL too. If I'm gonna get a quarterback, and that's why CJ Stroud and Bryce Young were kind of people thought they were home run hits. They had great. I know he is. They had great college careers, and they had multiple seasons. It wasn't just one season of great play. They had multiple seasons of great play. And so, yes, those are the type of quarterbacks you should want. Not a quarterback that was mediocre to bad at Duke and go to Miami and play okay. Or like what's his name that went to Miami this past year?
Carson Beck,
Carson Beck.
second round
Carson Beck
pick,
is another one.
second round pick this year.
You know, so like let's get on, man. Brando say hit me out. Brandon say hit me out. We saw Larry Tunsil lock down Miles Garrett. Stephon Diggs beat the Bills, and the thing that made the NFL headquarters drug test our team was Brevin Jordan scoring a touchdown.
What they
Yeah,
got to do with the price of gas in China?
ask Brandon, man. Shut up, Brandon, man. But we got the upcoming NFL Combine, man, and we have selected three players in a possible. Like we're playing spades.
Mm.
Right.
We got three in a possible. Each of us got three in a possible for guys to kind of watch and look out for. Some of these names are household names that everybody's been talking about. And then there are some names that people aren't really talking about much that maybe need to start talking about them. And I'll let Clayton go first, and then me and Jules will end it out.
Hold on, Jules don't want to talk down about CJ because he can't handle it. Oh man, look, okay.
I don't know. I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
we're gonna we're gonna go to conversation. It's fine. Go ahead, my buddy, my boy. Go ahead.
All right, do you wanna set that up again?
Yeah.
Basically,
So we have three players that we want to kind of pay attention to as Texan
sure.
fans, that we want to pay attention to in the NFL Combine coming up next week.
Mhm.
So we're going to be looking for players, look at their 40 time, look what they do in the specific drills, kind of see if they do good or bad. How does that raise or drop their draft stock?
There
You
you
know,
go.
so all of those things, we gotta kind of look at.
Mhm.
You know,
Gotcha. Okay, got you. So for me, here's my three bars. Um, my number one, trenches. Emmanuel Pregnan, right? That's a guy who I just want to learn more about myself.
Hmm.
Hey, again, running these simulators, right? I see a number of different dudes. Right? I know a Hikanor, and I don't know how to say it. That's the other guy, but
henna quarter.
uh,
Just say a
Yeah.
henna quarter.
Hennecor, there you go. Pregnant is just my like, okay, let me see. Can he rock out with this? 6'5", big body, right? Long arms, right? That kind of thing. My second guy is the most mocked running back to the Texans in Jadarian Price. That's another guy. I'm going to be paying much more careful attention to the Golden Domer to see what he does. And then, you know what? At tight end, give me Michael Trigg. Um,
Mm.
I looked into Michael Trigg, and I like what I see. He plays with an attitude that I think this Texans offense needs, that I think was lacking. Some people, felt like Trigg was a bit of an overrated pick, but for me, I like Trigg. And then I guess the fourth, we talked about it, a guy who independent of the Texans, I just want to learn more about, Harold Perkins out of LSU. That's
Mm.
another guy. But yeah, that's kind of my four, man.
I got you. See, once again, Ron, you're absolutely incorrect on what you're talking about. What you're texting. That is not 80s guy.
It's been my guy. They
Go
know.
ahead. Go ahead, E.
So my three, man. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Let me pull my three up. Is Max Ahenacor. We just talked about him.
You talked about him, yeah.
Mhm.
He's kind of the hot rage and hot, everybody in love with Max right now. Max the tackle, as Tony would say. Max the tackle. Um, he had an excellent Senior Bowl and opened a lot of eyes. And what made a lot of Texan fans kind of really pay attention and want to know more and want to learn more about him is when he got the comparison for the Texans starting left tackle in Ariante Ursary.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had Ariante Ursary on both sides of your line, you solidified on the edges.
Right.
So I want to see him more in his fluid movement in the cone drill. I want to see him what 40 time does he run out, because I want to see the athleticism. What athleticism would he present, at tackle?
Okay.
Um and as well as the bench press. So I want to see his strength as well. My next player is another name that's been kind of bouncing around. Shout out, Tony Terrell Snow or Tony Snow, as well as Barrett, and I saw him firsthand because he was gashing my Aggies up and down in Arkansas. That is Mike Washington Jr.
Hmm.
is another
Okay.
guy that I really want to see what that 40 time does for him. And I want to see his pass catching ability, when they run them, the little wide outs and stuff. Does he have bricks for hands? That's what I want to see. Um, and then for me, he has a very the way his if you just pay attention to Mike Washington Jr. and the way he runs, look at his highlights. That you said it one. He has that Derrick Henry style running where he's a huge, Paul's huge guy, and he's like what 6'2", 6'3", 200, almost 230, 40 pounds. He's a guy that and just has breakaway. He breaks
Mm.
away from guys. He breaks tackles. He makes a lot of plays. Um, so he's a guy I want to see what that 40 is like because that 40, if he runs a 4.4, he gonna get take. If we don't take him at 38, he gonna be gone for our next second round pick. Um, and then my last one is Nate Brokature. That's my Aggie.
Okay.
That's my Aggie is the tight end position. He's very very slept on, but he's a guy that is going to be very solid in the run game. He's going to be very solid in those. He kind of gives me those old school white tight ends that they always made the catch. What's the guy from the Steelers? The old tight end for the Steelers for years. He was their tight end.
Oh, now you
Um,
make.
You
Oh,
know what I'm saying? You know
I
what
know
I'm
you're talking
talking about
about.
with Big Ben.
oh,
Yeah.
oh my
Uh,
goodness.
Don't make me free. Don't make me do that.
um,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep talking. I get him.
so he gives me those kind of vibes because
You
he's
talking about
not
Heath?
going to be.
You're not talking about Heath Miller, are you?
Here you
He's
go,
Miller.
Heath
Yeah.
Miller. Heath Miller probably was a little bit more athletic, but he's a guy that I believe he can always be very, very um dependable.
Hmm.
He's what they say about white guys, he's sneaky athletic. And he always makes a way to make plays. He's gonna be your safety valve, and I feel like he's gonna be a better upgrade than what you already have on his roster.
Mm.
Um, and then my last prospect is another Aggie that I feel like with our 6 and 7 round pick, because he probably will be there, is a rotation defensive tackle, Albert Regis. Albert Regis is a 320 plus pound defensive tackle that plays with high energy. And that's a guy that I would love to have as a rotation. Back end of your defensive tackle room, you just throw him in there, he'll make a play for you here and there. But those are my guys to watch. I want to see what they do at the combine and how they perform and see will they be available, especially Brokature and Regis, will they be available in the fourth round or later?
Hmm.
Okay. Solid picks. I got you. Here's my set because I think me and Clayton. I think we want to go inside more than anything else. That's why we pick guards. But I think AD likes tackles because he wants to put Titus Howard at
Absolutely,
left
because he's a
at left
guard.
guard at
He's
left
a guard.
guard. So his tackle he's more tackle minded than we are. But my
Mm.
first one is A&M's guy Chase Beatis. Is the name right?
Buzz Santis.
Batantis. So for the first I'm looking for is arm length. I'm looking for 33, 33, 34,
Oh, he got
35.
that. He got that.
I want to make sure his arms not short because shorter arms mean that you have more these tackles these guards or decent tackles in your chest. That means you gotta
Leave
fight a little
Will
more.
alone. Leave
I'm
Will
looking
alone.
I'm looking for his 10-yard splits, ranging from 1.7 to 108. That's good explosion. I'm looking for his short shuttle, anything under 4.6 that can show lateral movement, especially in the run game that we're trying to do. And then he can mirror three techniques. So that's what I'm looking for him. In that situation, also his body type. I want to see if he's is he
uh,
toned up,
uh,
and is he bottom heavy, or is he just really solid? Because
Hey,
a real solid left guard can go high in the league. So that's what I'm looking for. Come out of him.
so
No,
I'm
go
a
ahead.
Jules, real quick, because they want to bring up the last time we took an A&M lineman, right?
Listen, that means
Then
that
guess
means
what? Chase Basantis is totally different. You know why? First things first, he's white. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. And again, Chase, I'm gonna say this about because I don't think you added in. Chase Basantis is probably going to be the strongest trench player in the draft.
Yeah, that's
Um,
why I'm not worried about his strength
yeah,
because
yeah,
I know he's gonna bench.
yeah.
But as far as his bench strength, because I know his height and his weight is good. I know his strength is good. But I want to see how flexible he is to be real key in the running game because
Hmm.
that's what we really we're looking for, improving the run game going forward. And
Yeah.
we're not gonna do this A&M guy because we have Texas players, NFL players, NFL teams have busts at all colleges, and to have that knowledge to say we picked one Miami guy and he was a bust, so we're never gonna pick Miami guys. It's really immature guys. Y'all got get together. I'm about to play with y'all in this A&M situation. For next, my second
Who
guy,
was the defensive player of the year? Who broke the sack record?
my second pick
What school
is
did he go
Dominic
to?
Orange, DT from Texas Tech, I believe. No,
No,
Iowa State.
no,
No,
Illinois. I mean, no,
Iowa, right?
shit.
I thought it was Iowa State.
No, man. Why? No, it wasn't no Iowa State. We done messed up and
I
forgot
had his
where the
name right
fuck
here.
school. Yeah, what school he go?
Anyway,
But yeah, I know Orange. But what school did he go to?
so
He
the
didn't go.
reason
He didn't go to no Iowa State. You got to get his school right, Jules.
I guess my notes are wrong then. 'Cause I thought I had it right.
Hold on, I'm about to find it, man. Give me a second.
You know, it's some Big Ten country, what it?
Hold on, I
Don't
got
have
it.
me looking crazy now.
I got it. Got it. It is Iowa State. You're right.
I knew I was. See, leave me alone. I know I'm doing over here. I got my notes over here for a reason. So, well, I'm looking for him because I've gotten an understanding that we may not get a top tackle in the first second round. I believe he can be around the late third or early fourth. And wait, his coaching staff is made up that we can make projects and we can make people who got skill fit into our system because our core is so strong. I believe his size and strength can come in and maybe not day one, but eventually throughout the season he become a starter. I'm looking for his 10-yard splits. I'm looking for his broad jump to see how strong he is on his lower level legs, his hand placements and position drills, and his conditioning. I want to see if he's in top condition. Even though they rotate players in and out on the D line, I think with this upcoming free agency, he may not have as many talented D line tackles as he had before. So these tackles might have to play a little longer, more snaps. And he's been a younger guy. I want to see if he's is actually in shape before he gets into the NFL camp. My third guy, I think somebody mentioned it was Katron Allen. Of course, his 10-yard splits. I'm looking for his his cones. I want to see if he has natural hands or he's a body catcher because any running back in this league in this offense has to catch the ball and has to be diverse like that situation. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, it's forward time. And also, I want to see can he pass protect. They're gonna do drills where they mimic situations, and you want to see if they get in position, get their hands right, get their feet right, and they can absorb the hit and the block to give your quarterback another 2 seconds, another 1 second to get the ball off. My guy I just want to see because I just like who he is Josine Trotter. I think he's the son of Jeremiah Trotter. I think he's the second son, and I think his forward time should make him a little better. I think his short shuttles will show his capability and coverage. I want to see can he go sideline to sideline? 'Cause I think that's what his main thing being a middle linebacker, outside linebacker. This is a fringe linebacker. Can he show that he can go side to sideline to make him draftable at this situation? And that's all my four.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this, man, because I see some players that people naming and all that type of stuff. I'm gonna get you, Rod, because you said you wanted to see Jonah Coleman run. I'm gonna ask you this:
Uh oh.
why do you want a back that does the same thing that Woody Marks does? A receiving back that really doesn't run between the tackles. That you already supposedly got a lightning with Woody Mark. You want lightning and lightning, no thunder. And this is my whole point. This is just me, AD. If we get a running back, whether it be in free agency or whether it be in the draft, I want somebody that's a polar opposite to what Woody Mark is. Similar to Nick Chubb. Like I want somebody that's a polar opposite. I don't want somebody that's in the same ilk of Woody Mark. Same thing with like Travis Etienne. I don't want a Travis Etienne in free agency. I don't really want a Rashad White in free agency. These are guys that are similar backs to what Woody Marks is. And if
Well,
you don't, and if you don't believe in Woody Marks, and you don't believe that he can get the job done, what does you getting more Woody Marks do for your team?
well, let me play devil's advocate on that one, and I agree with you on the situation. Like I got you. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hmm.
My only question is, what was the point of getting Nico Collins point 2.0?
You already know why. I already gave y'all the game. I already gave y'all the game.
I
Y'all gonna
mean,
understand. I'm telling y'all. Y'all already know what's about to happen because I done gave y'all the game.
I'm just saying for
Nico
Texas,
Collins, Nico Collins' time is numbered in Houston.
so that's why you get Nico Collins point.
You get him early and let him get the Nicoisms. Let him get a little concussions,
Oh no,
and let him figure it out so he can be Nico 2.0.
you know how I feel about Nico. I'm friends with Nico because he can't stay healthy. But to your point is on the same type of player because they do it before. I mean, K Stover ain't much different from Dante Schultz.
Yeah, and I'm okay with.
Don't. I ain't gonna say that.
Go ahead, Clayton. You gotta say something over here, man, because we know we you let us talk. We go.
Disrespect Schultz like that. That's
Well,
moving.
Schultz this year was fighting for a contract extension. We don't
Man, Schultz put up top five tight end numbers.
because he want that. And his OC is
But y'all talking
that should have
about
been his baseline.
look, yeah, lost in the weeds. Lost in the weeds. I'm not gonna let y'all do this with Cade Stover. You will not. Like you will not put
What's
Cade
the
Stover.
what's the difference in Coach K Stover and Dalton Schultz?
Well, first of all, Dalton can actually play 16 and 17 games. That's number one. Number two, Dalton Schultz can catch a wide open flat route pass. Patriots. I'm not trying to get on Stover, man. I like Stover. I'm not doing this. I'm not.
You
I'm
don't like
just
him. You don't like him
I
like
do
I'm
that.
like
just saying
Stover.
they tend to double up on the same type of player. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this.
Patriots Kurt, they got Joe No.
You know about
Look,
it.
man,
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
But I mean, AD had the conversation when we were looking at these backs and we look up their weight and their height. It's how they carry how they carry. Are they more muscle? Are they more lean? Are they what have to happen? It makes you look different when you carry the same type of weight, and how you carry it and how your running style makes you different. So people can say it's the same body type or same the measurables. It's how you carry it and how you run the ball. So we have to give a little more respect to people's running styles and not just their measurables.
Look,
Mhm.
Jonah is a 230-pound every down back that barely got 1,000 yards in college football where you got running backs running for 14, 15, 1,600 yards. Every down back that, yeah. Yeah, man, he don't excite me, man. He don't excite me. I just think he'll name. I mean, it is what it is. You know. Eh.
I like him, man, but I'm
Man.
I want Bryce. I'm the title. I don't care. I'm not really looking for a running
Right.
back in this draft. I'm looking for Bryce to be signed. If I get Bryce, I'm
I am.
cool. So that's how it is. But I just want to give y'all information
Yeah, and
about.
hold on, man. He didn't even get 1,000 yards this season. He got 700 yards.
I got
What
you,
are we talking about?
and I still
Like,
want Bryce. I
what is
still
he?
want
Y'all need to
Bryce.
get off the gas about Jonah, dog. Come on.
Oh, Jonah,
Then,
yeah,
hold on, Jonah, that dude, but then you used to want to say, oh, let's get Jonah in the fourth or fifth round. Come on, dog.
All right, so this the schedule for all y'all combine heads that to make sure y'all understand. Thursday is the first day of open drills. February 26th at 3 o'clock. That's the defensive ends and linebackers. You know I'm a defensive guy, so that's one thing I'll be paying attention to. Friday the 27th, 3 p.m. Eastern time is defensive backs and tight ends. I'll be somewhere clubbing. I ain't worried about that day. That doesn't excite me at all too much. Saturday, the 28th, is quarterbacks, receivers, and running backs. I believe the running backs probably go last in this scenario, so I'll probably tune into late Saturday afternoon. But I think this the day that all Texan fans We're gonna be tuned in to see every O line, center, guard, tackle, tight end that's gonna be transferred to guard or tight end or to tackle, whatever. The big bodies, the big boys. Sunday, March 1st, 1 p.m. The O line is gonna do their drills, their
Mhm.
40s. Their medicals be are taken care of. Their the medicals, the weights, the lifting, all that stuff be taken care of right for this. So we can see live drills and we can see footwork, we can see cone drills, we can see hand placement. And one thing that I think a lot of people really kind of miss out, you want to see guys get coached a little bit. So if a guy misplays or done that, and you see the coach talking to him, you want to see improvement in that next drill over, or you want to see him actually listen to it say and put his hands a little higher this next go round, because sometimes they go to drills 2 or 3 times. And like I said, like the Senior Bowl, that's one big thing. The Senior Bowl is that what you didn't watch is these NFL coaches talking to these old linemen, getting them better, and how they retain information shows coaches can they take coaching, because sometimes some players don't take coaching, and that's why these Senior Bowls are so great and these pro days so great, and I think that's why it kind of leads to D'Amico Ryan's and Nick Casario going a lot of Senior Bowl guys, because you can see the AAK, the captains, and you can see who guys who are coachable, and that's a big thing. So that's one of the things I'm looking for is the see how they take the coaching and instructions. They got to repeat the same instruction 3 or 4 times because you're not paying attention. Paying attention is key too. No one should tell you how to do a drill if you got people. One coach tell you how to do a drill, and then you got 3 or 4 people in front of you, and you mess the drill up. That means you're not paying attention. That means you're not focused on what you're doing. That's a job. It's an application right now. You should be locked into everything the coach says.
Yeah. Let's see, man. It's a lot of interesting parts and pieces. I'm really, when it comes to the running back, because I know we got to watch the offensive line, but I feel like the running back room is just as important in this draft for the Houston Texans. Um, you go and you look in this draft. I want to see what these 40 times are. If Jadarian Price runs a 4.4 or 4, hell, even if he run in the 4.3s, I may even want to take him at 28.
I mean, they say he's similar to Omar Hampton at
Yeah.
Summit Drills, and that
You know,
was
what his comparison was?
who.
Who that guy that they were saying he shot himself and oh he shot himself in his foot, that's why he couldn't play, or somebody stabbed him in his foot or something, or you know for the
That,
Houston Texans, they say Amarion Hampton played just like him.
oh,
And
you
if,
mean
and if
Joe Mixon?
Amarion Hampton played just like Joe Mixon, then you say Jadarian Price played like Amarion Hampton, and you telling me I can get another Joe Mixon?
Other than playing against the Texans,
Sign me
who
up for
who
the
who shut down all running backs this year, Amari Hampton
flag my
did play very
name
well this year.
on the road.
Anyway, guys, though,
No, but again, man, the combine is something that all Texan fans and all football fans in general should pay attention this year, because this draft is wide open and this
mhm,
draft has a lot of players. It is not top heavy. This draft is not top heavy. You don't have a lot of quarterbacks. Yeah, I think you may get one or two receivers taken in the first round, whereas last year you had like seven. So you're not going to have an extreme amount of top heaviness in this draft. So it's good to watch this combine, because you're going to see a lot of players move up and down the board, and
mhm.
it's going to be very, very interesting going forward. So please, 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 if you're a football fan, Texan fan, pay close attention to the NFL combine starting next week. And what's those
Mhm.
days again, Truth?
Oh, I just shut down my computer. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, those days. I just turned my no. So how you gonna ask me that question? I just turned my computer down. That's how you
Yeah.
do me. You don't say Mr. Success. It's
No one.
Thursday the 26th, Friday the 27th, Saturday 28th, and March 1st.
Yeah.
I think we have the show on Sunday, right? Right
Yeah,
after the O line.
with the Lord's will, we gonna be there and we gonna make it work. But again, appreciate everybody coming in, hopping in on this good old Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. As we in the down period and the downturn is, again for the third straight week, CJ Stroud has made the news for the
Oh my
Houston
God.
Texans in some shape, form, or fashion. Um, but again, y'all stay vigilant and y'all stay focused.
I was about to say, man, there's mafia out here too.
Hey, Mills Mafia, hey, they
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 out here too.
they trying to trade Mills and all that, and I'm gonna say this: they want to trade Mills just to protect CJ. Think
Hey,
about that.
No.
hey,
Think about that. Think about that.
John McClain says
Mm.
you will see him naked on Kirby if you see CJ Stroud traded.
I guess John McClain want to go to jail.
Or he know well he'll fit in on
He
Kirby anyway
don't
because
know nothing.
well he'll
He
fit in
don't
on
know.
if he naked on Kirby he fit in with the rest of the Roughnecks and why
He been
that's
right
why
in on Kirby because
and that's why
we
they go to
talked about it
Bridgeland
last week. What is,
and that's why
what
they
is
go to
behind
Bridgeland
Kirby? What is that over there behind Kirby? Nothing but a whole bunch of crackheads doing the same damn thing.
and that's
All
why they're
right.
going to Bridgeland.
There you go.
I'm
There you go.
just gonna
Um,
point that knife, poke that bear.
with that being said, man, we appreciate you all for coming through on Tuesday and rocking with us and enjoying the conversation as it always is, just conversation. Whether you consider it dumb, idiotic, whatever, it's a conversation. That's all it is.
Opinions,
It's
opinions.
opinions. It's just thoughts. It's just thoughts. If you and the thing about it with a conversation is conversation means that it's two people engaged. That means there's one thought going out and one thought coming in. If you don't want to engage in the conversation, and
Don't listen.
I'm a cuss, just shut the fuck up.
Oh wow!
Just
And you
let
wonder why I
it
put you
go.
last on the Christian walk conversation.
Look, just shut the hell up and don't say nothing.
Mm, mm, mm.
You say the conversations are stupid, but yet you're conversing. If it's stupid and you conversing, what does that make you?
Don't pity the fool. Pity the person follow the fool.
I'm just
All right.
saying.
Good night. Good night.
I'm
Good
saying.
night.
Maybe I keep playing with the AD all day with this.
All right,
Good
let's
night.
get we done got canceled about 4 times. We ain't never getting credentials. They ain't never gonna invite us to
we gonna
tailgate
get
no
it.
more.
We gonna get
Never.
it.
Never.
Hey, y'all have a good night, man, and we'll see y'all when we see y'all, man. Peace.
Yeah, I done got AD all right up again.